Is this thing on? Are we recording yet? Which is to be master? Our language has been hijacked, and the most damning part is that we accepted it. We didn't resist, we didn't even notice. The words arrived, and we adopted them, obediently. The way children adopt the names of things before they understand what those things are. And once a word is inside you, once you have said it enough times, it stops being a word. It becomes furniture. It becomes the shape of reality itself. They told us to practice social distancing. Think about that for a moment. Social distancing, not physical distancing, which is what they meant, what the body does, what the tape on the supermarket floor measured. No, social distancing. As though the 2 meters between you and your neighbor were a philosophy. As though the correct response to a virus was to become less human to each other. We kept using the phrase. We said it to our children, to our elderly parents, to strangers we waved at from opposite side of the street. We practiced it faithfully, not realizing we were also practicing what the word suggested. The managed withdrawal of ourselves from one another. The word did something the policy could not do by force. It did it by invitation. That is how it works. A missile capable of carrying 10 nuclear warheads was named the Peacekeeper. This is not a metaphor. This is not rhetorical. The MX intercontinental ballistic missile, aimed, fueled, and ready, was officially designated the Peacekeeper. Tracy Chapman noticed. Most of us didn't. Or we noticed and filed it under irony, which is how uncomfortable truths get buried. We call it irony and move on. But irony requires a knowing wink. There was no wink. The name was given in earnest, and it stayed. Soldiers in Vietnam pacified villages. The word comes from pax, peace in Latin. The villages, afterward, were often ash. American racial segregation was upheld by the doctrine of separate but equal. The word equal was doing all the moral labor, while the conditions it describes were opposite in every measurable way. The word didn't describe reality, it replaced it. That is the function. That is always the function. When an AI system invents a fact that does not exist, when it generates a confident, fluent lie, the industry calls it hallucination. Hallucination, a word borrowed from the interior life of human beings. A word that carries inside it fever, mysticism, the dissolving of ordinary perception. What they mean is, it lied. And we built it that way. But hallucination makes the lie sound like a visitation rather than a defect. And more importantly, it locates the problem somewhere exotic, somewhere beyond the ordinary categories of accountability. You don't sue a person for hallucinating. The word was chosen well. And then there is AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. The ones who use it most are the ones selling it. They invoke the term the way a priest invokes the divine, with gravity, with a hint of dread, with the implication that the congregation has come to the right place. The men announcing doom are the same men building the thing they say we should fear, and fear, conveniently, is a proxy for the potency of their product. We are close to AGI means we are serious people doing serious work, and you should pay attention to us, and perhaps pay us. The algorithm is how platforms describe their own deliberate choices as a force of nature. There is no human being who decided what you should see, which voices get amplified, and which get buried. It was the algorithm. The word removes the author from the text, a choice from the consequence, and with it, any possibility of accountability. Misinformation was once a precise word. Now it is deployed to end conversations that have not yet happened. To preempt arguments that have not been made, the word has become the argument. Fact checkers implies a guild of neutrals, people in possession of the facts. It does not ask who checks the checkers or who funds them. The name claims an authority that was never applied for. We gave it. Quantitative easing is governments creating money. Plain language invites scrutiny. This phrase does not. Carbon credits are the right to continue polluting, purchased. The word credit suggests something earned, something in the ledger on the right side. The planet does not read the ledger. Net zero, right sizing, correctional facility, brown out, re-education, friendly fire, ethnic cleansing, manifest destiny, modern day heroes. The answer is that names are not descriptions. They are instructions. They tell us how to feel, how to categorize, how to move through a fact without stopping to look at it. A peacekeeper masal does not require you to confront what a masal is. A hallucination does not require you to confront what a lie is. A correctional facility does not require you to confront what a cage is. What we are living inside is not simple inversion. That would be too obvious. It is the adjacent, the near-synonym, the word that looks at like accuracy from a distance, but does different work up close. It is social instead of physical, enhanced instead of brutal, content instead of speech, right size instead of dismiss, pacify instead of destroy. The inversion is easy to catch. The adjacent word lives amongst us, unremarked. Lewis Carroll understood. In Through the Looking Glass, Humpty Dumpty uses a word to mean something it plainly does not mean. Alice pushes back. He's untroubled. When I use a word, he tells her, it means just what I choose it to mean, neither more nor less. She asks whether you can really make words mean so many different things. He considers this and answers, the question is, which is to be master? That is all. He wasn't warning us. He was explaining himself. We laughed. We thought it was a children's book.